Hello there, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela from artery.com. A couple of weeks ago I had a bit of a craft haul from Inkylicious. I'd never really heard of them before, or if I had, I've forgotten about them. And I've seen a few videos where they've used a few like stamps and masks and things like that. And I just thought this was absolutely gorgeous. It's Reflections Thinking of You stamp. Quite a small stamp, but large enough for a little card. What I'm going to do is show you 3 ways to make the background for this. I'm just going to use the same colours, going to be nothing fancy, with just 3 different ways to make the background. And then what I'll do is I'll turn one of those backgrounds into a card, so we're not here all day. Right, so the first one is just going to be the normal, just blending. I'm going to use normal dye inks. These are just Stampin' Up ones. Tahitian Tide, Lemon Lolly, Crushed Cherry and Pumpkin Pie. These should all go quite nicely. I'll bring in my little bit of paper for blending on. I already have a couple of little cards already cut, or card panels really already cut. So looking at this, I'm just going to use the same colours. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm not going to mask off the sun or anything like that, just putting colour to the card. So the first one at the bottom is the blue. So I'm going to use the Tahitian Tide, and I'm just going to put it on sort of carefully. I'm not going to be putting too much ink on, so I'll sort of come onto it like that. Right, I'm sorry if you heard horrible whirring noise before. I had the little fan on and I forgot. Sorry about that. I don't want to put down too much yellow because it will give a green effect, obviously. So blue and yellow give green, but it doesn't look too bad, so I'll just put a little bit of yellow on. I'll blend it over a little bit, but not too much. Because I don't have a lot of blending brushes, I'm going to use the same one for the next colour, which is Crushed Cherry. And the final one, turn this paper around, is Pumpkin Pie. I'm going to, I know this is pink, but I have cleaned it as best I could, but I couldn't find another one to use for this orange, so I don't suppose it matters. Just blend it as well as you can. It doesn't matter a great deal, but I think that's really nice. It's given a lovely effect. So obviously that's mostly going to be the water, and then it starts to ease up into the sky like that. I think it's nice. Just blend, keep on blending and blending until you're satisfied with the effect. Right, that's the first one. So the second one's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be using my inks as watercolours. I'm going to use the same card. I'm not going to use a watercolour card, although I did the first time. So I have this tiny little dipping bowl here. It's for nail art, but it's perfect for what I want to do. So once again, I don't know how this is going to turn out. If this turns out rubbish, I'll show you a card that I made using this method. So just a little bit of blue, water. Use the yellow. You can get it to blend if you put some water on in the middle there. It should blend nicely. Probably should have used watercolour paper, to be honest. It will blend better. Probably come too far up the top. We'll see what it looks like when we get the next colour on. Believe it or not, this looks absolutely stunning when you put that stamp on. It does look really, really nice. I'm wondering if I should have done this video live. I've never done a live video before, but I think if I have a decision to make about which background or whatever to use, it would be nice to get somebody else's opinion. But this does look really, really nice when it's stamped with that stamp there. So another way, the last way I'm going to show you, Inkylicious used to have some brush blenders. I think they're called brush blenders, I'm not sure. And they don't sell them anymore, but I did find some exactly the same from Tonic Studios, Nuvo ones. And I really, really liked the way that the ink goes on. It's very, very subtle. It's lovely. So what I do is I just use one end for each colour family. I haven't used any of the others yet because I've only tried them for this project. Because this has quite a bit of orange on, I am going to give it, see if I can get any of that off before I start using the yellow and what have you. It seems to be coming off a little bit. I haven't looked into how to clean these yet. I'm wondering if you can just use soap and water to clean them. But there isn't a great lot on anyway. So this time I am going to start in the middle of the card. So I'm going to start with the yellow. So load your brush, tap it off and just start sweeping from side to side. That's it. You see it's given a very, very subtle effect. You might not even be able to see it yet, but it does give a lovely effect. Just build the colour up slowly. Just build it up however you want. However much you want on, that's enough. And then you can start putting it down a bit thicker. Just by moving around and round like that. I know it doesn't look much at the moment. So now I'm going to swap to the blue and I'm going to start at the bottom, work my way up. It does take a bit of patience this, but it does give a nice effect, and I want to show you something else that you can do with it when we're finished as well. I think I've done the yellow a bit too far down. More on the bottom. Now to the crushed curry. Seems to be losing a few hairs, but they do just blow off, thankfully. It gives a really nice textured effect as well. I don't know if you can hold it up, I don't know if you can see that. Really nice texture. So I'll go now onto the last one, the pumpkin pie. There's not nearly enough blue on there. I should have put the blue much farther up, but it gives, these brushes give an absolutely beautiful blending effect. I really, really like it. I don't know if you can see it properly there. Just absolutely stunning. Very subtle, very blended. In fact, I think these brushes blend better than the first brushes that I use. I just think they look gorgeous. I wasn't quite happy with that other one, so I thought I would do it again, and the blue's gone a little bit further up this time. Probably still not quite as much as it should, but I just love the effect that these brushes give. Very, very blended, very textured, very subtle. Absolutely love them. Now there is something you can do. I'll just put a little bit more blue down at the bottom of this card. Just blends so well, those brushes. I love them. Any stray hairs you can just blow off, and they're just just gorgeous. Give a really, really gorgeous effect. Now for the water here, I'm going to do something, I don't know if it's going to work. Just put a little bit of water down dabby brush and just gently go over from side to side, just the bottom part of the water, and it just gives an indication of little ripples, that's all. Just put in as many or as few as you like. It probably would work better with Distress Oxides, this, but it looks okay all the same. So these are the three backgrounds. That's the one that was made using the normal blending brushes. This was using the inks as watercolours, which I think is really nice as well. And that one was using the big bristle brushes. I don't even know what you call them. I'll have a look and I'll leave a link to them in the description just in case you're interested. But I think what I'll do is I will take the normal one, the first one that I did, and turn that one into a card by using this beautiful stamp. The card panel is 3 3/4 by 5. It doesn't quite fit the stamp, but you can trim it down if you want, or you can just leave it. I tend to just leave it, it still gives a nice effect. Just try and get it straight if you can. Just have a look. Seems to be straight. And I am going to take some VersaFine pigment ink in Onyx Black. I don't know if I picked up a dodgy stamp, but this one doesn't quite stamp properly. What I'm going to do is take off a little bit of the stamp for the bottom where the water is, just to give it a little bit of a lighter effect. Yep, it's looking good. So what I'm going to do is just put some ink on the top part, just so the part that's in the water, the reflection, stays a little bit lighter. Looks really nice. Yeah, so the bottom part isn't quite as dark as the top part, which I do like. So I'm going to get this cleaned up and then I'll be back. So this stamp set comes with a couple of sentiments as well. One is thinking of you, one is you're in my thoughts. So first of all, where am I going to put it? Perhaps in the water, I think. Thinking of you, I like that one. Oh, lovely. That's stamped really nicely, that. Happy with that. There are quite a few different things you can do with this. You can get a brush and just put some water on the brush, and if you just draw a circle in, it'll take a little bit of the colour off, so you end up with like a sun effect. I'm not going to do that, not for this one. And I don't think I'm going to take off, those edges. In fact, I might use a pen, and yeah, I think I'll do that actually. I've got a black marker pen, an alcohol pen. I think I'll just take that over to the edge. I do need a matte layer for that. I'm trying to organise my scraps into panels, layers, things like that, so that should fit nicely. Yeah, I'm going to mat that onto there now. And now I'm going to adhere it to the card base, even though it's going to look wonky because I haven't put that on straight, but never mind. And there we go. It's just really nice. There is so much more you can do with this card. You can add your decorations to it. Like I say, you could add like a little sun if you wanted to, just to give it a bit more interest. But I just think it's beautiful. The stamp and everything is just absolutely gorgeous. And I do like the black border as well. I mean, you could have a different colour cardstock for the base if you wanted. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put any decorations on yet. I might do, or I might not. I mean, you could even add your splatters once it's on. You know, you could add splatters for stars and things like that. Sky's the limit really, just do what you like. But that's it. I'm just bringing the other two. If you remember, that was the watercolour one, and that was the one using the really long bristle brushes. So I'm not sure which is your favourite. Please let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these methods, or if there's anything else that you'd like to see me do. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.